myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. Hey, I'm just playing a song, Hurt, by Johnny Cash, one of my favorite country singers. Now, Johnny Cash plays country music, which is handed down from generations of folk music. It's an adaptation from folk music. But in fact, that song is actually by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, which is much more of a harder rock kind of modern adaptation of a lot of things. But it's influenced by, among others, African-American jazz music of the American South. Music is a part of our culture, as is this guitar. And that's what we'll be talking about in Module B. Human culture is what allows us to survive. I don't have sharp teeth or claws. I don't know anything about hunting, really. But because of the culture that I live in, the things that I have, the tools that I have, the society, the social structures around me, they allow me to survive. This truck, this bicycle, the house, the computer I'm editing this on, it's all a part of human culture. The particular group that you grow up in shapes the way you live your life, and it shapes the way that you view the world. Can you tell what particular culture I'm representing today with my outfit? Can you tell? If not, maybe I should have a slightly different hat. Any more clear now? This is all part of American culture, but you may not even think of it that way, other than, of course, the stars and stripes, because you've grown up within it. It's like a fish in water. You don't notice the thing around you. You see cultures that are different from yours. You notice them, but what you've grown up with, that's just you. But culture is more than just our clothing and our music. It's what's inside of us. It's what we believe about the world, what we think is important and good. Those are our values. And that's something that you learn from the people around you growing up. And that's how culture gets passed down. So I'm going to be having you guys do your own little research project. You're going to do a survey. You learned about that in the last module. A survey is when you ask someone questions. It's just going to be a simple questionnaire survey. You'll go online, find the link in the BR research discussion, use that link to take the survey yourself, and it's just going to ask you a few basic things: age, your ethnic group, and take B1 first, and you'll learn a bit about ethnic groups. But then it's just going to ask you about what values are most important to you. And after you've taken it yourself, you're going to either take that survey on your phone or print out the printable version. You're going to go to 4 people you know, 4 people that you're close to, and ask them the same question. Read through the list of values first, and then ask them to pick out, as you read through it again, their most important values, and they can pick up to 10. Ask them to narrow it down, get rid of any that are slightly less important. And then you're going to summarize what you find from yourself and those 4 others, so that's a sample size of 5, in that discussion board. Tell us generally what you found were common values, where there was differences, and if you notice any patterns. Our values are a crucial social structure for us. They shape the way that we view the world, the decisions that we make. Microsociologists use the microscope of sociology, this is my little microscope here, to study individual behavior, individual understandings of the world. And they look at the way that groups of individuals together socially construct their shared view of reality, and then act upon that. That's how we build those larger social structures. That's how we build society as a whole. But one of the things that we construct is our view of other people, the way that we separate people, the way that we categorize them. Some of the ways that we categorize people are by race and gender, and we're going to be talking a little bit about where those things come from. You might say, social construction, what do you mean? There are differences between people. Okay, you might consider me white, right? Maybe because I have more lighter skin, maybe finer hair, rounder eyes, whatever those things may be. And sure, those are aspects of physical reality. But this is a white sheet of paper. This is my skin. These are not the same color. We're all various shades of brown, essentially. And yet, we have constructed people generally from Europe, although it's actually changed a little bit over time, as being white. Whereas we've constructed the idea that other people, maybe with a little bit darker skin, maybe you consider only from sub-Saharan Africa, but potentially other parts of the world as well, to be black. But very few people in the world are as light or as dark as either of these. But we use that like construction paper, which is what this is. And other differences as well, like the genitalia you're born with. Blue and pink, we'll use that to represent male and female. We take those things, those little differences, and we cut out kinds of people out of them. So, I've got my construction paper of reality here, and I just make a few little cuts. Now, what do those different kinds of people entail exactly? That's where it gets more complicated. Because, you see, even though we all have essentially the same shape, and as you'll learn about in this lesson, more or less the same DNA, and in fact, far more differences within any one of these groups than between them. But we take these people with pretty much the same shape, and then we start to write other things upon them as well. Maybe you have some stereotypes that you know about people of Asian descent, or Native American descent, or European, or African. Maybe you think you know what boys and girls are like. I mean, after all, let's do this properly. There is a more physical difference between girls and boys, and since I can't very well draw a penis and a vagina, I'll just go ahead and make a little bathroom symbol for you. But on top of that, we do all of these other things. We think, okay, well, females have less body hair. But then, as a cultural construction, we've decided that girls should shave their body hair, and boys should keep theirs. Girls should let their head hair grow out long. Boys should keep theirs short. No, these things change all the time. They're different between different individuals, but they still remain a part of our shared social understanding of the world around us. And pretty soon we've written other things onto them, like, for instance, women care more about their looks. They use makeup. Men don't care. Men are just strong and tough, and they're made for, utilitarian purposes. But then we start to encourage them into those roles and further shape them. And that's what the next module, Module C, is going to be about. The socialization of people into the roles